Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to 20 Sides to Every Story. We're playing Temple of Elemental Evil tonight, and we're getting right to the centerpiece here tonight. We're going to do some exploration of the temple. 14 sessions in, and we've only just now are seeing the temple. Um, a little bit about us. 20 Sides to Every Story is a gaming community, Twitch channel. We have I would say, a fairly vibrant community of people that just love playing D&D tabletop games. So if you're just checking us out for the first time, um, probably the best way to engage with us would just be join our Discord server. We got folks in there chatting all the time and organizing games for one another and playing things beyond just D&D too. We got quite a few people come and hang out and play some computer games. We got, I think, 7 Days to Die is the flavor right now that people are playing through. But we've done all sorts of stuff: Minecraft, Valheim, and yeah. If it's nerdy, you come and join our server. You'll probably find somebody that shares your interests. So come hang out with us in between the streams here. The other major reason maybe you come join our Discord server is that's where you could find a sign up to join this campaign. This campaign that we're playing through is open to our community, so um, I think we've got 25, 26 or so characters kind of running around in here trying to help out these people on Hamlet with their problems. You come join the Discord server, and someone will point you in the direction of how you can get signed up to play in a game with us here. Um, if you really like what we're doing and this whole Temple of Elemental Evil thing, or just the community and the channel in general, you can check out our Patreon. I'm putting the link for that into our chat here. The folks that support the channel on Patreon, I give them the first priority to sign up for the games. But then after that, I will take anybody else that hasn't had a chance to play, and generally we can accommodate pretty much anyone that has an interest to play. So come hang out with us, check out all the different things that we got going on, and we'd love to see you. Yeah, we'll get started here. We've got early access essentially to this. We're very thankful to Goodman Games for letting us kind of preview their content here with the latest original adventures Reincarnated. So this is number six, OAR number six, and pre-orders are starting to get fulfilled. I think by the end of the month, people should be seeing the books show up on their doorsteps. So. Until then, we're glad to have you and enjoy our take on the story here. So with that, we'll get going. We're starting out here. This adventure is taking place on the 16th day of the month of Ready Reet, Common Year 591. Um, very recently in our story, adventurers had discovered this wicked and gruesome chapel that was located some distance south of Nulb. Um, and that was sort of the conclusion of our most recent adventure was that they had discovered this old temple that is sort of maybe been referenced in some of the stories that some of the adventurers have heard from different sources. Certainly, those that encountered the spirit of Sir Ten, the hero of the Battle of Emerdy Meadows, would remember he made mention of a temple that the Horde of Elemental Evil some decades ago used as sort of their base of operations, and it seems likely the Council of Hamlet and some of the other adventurers are probably quite certain that this is that location. All of the cult activity seems to kind of point to this being um, their lair. The most recent adventuring party that went out there spoke of heavy traffic in the forms of footprints and wagon wheels. It would seem that there's no shortage of traffic coming and going from this place. Um, Other news from Verbabank. Some of the adventurers had approached the Council of Hamlet to see if they might reach out to the Viscount of Verbabank to see if he might send some assistance for, the fairs that are happening in and around Hamlet seem to be probably of interest to the Viscount as it's taking place within their borders. He has not returned yet. Elmo sort of volunteered to go and be the one to sort of make that request and share news of this region. Absalom had went with him. Absalom has returned, but he reports that Elmo. It seems like he's kind of getting the runaround a little bit, red tape and such. This, you know, man from this backwater village. The new the new viscount is still getting his orders, his affairs in order, and so it sounds like he's having a difficult time getting an audience. So he might be delayed just a tad bit here with some of that, um, as Elmo is trying to press the issue and get some assistance. And until then, it would seem that Hamlet stands alone with its allies in the form of the adventurers here to sort of deal with this on their own. Um, We've only begun to see the machinations of the cults take place here in the area. There have been a few unnatural weather events that have occurred in some cases. The primary ones have been some sporadic seismic activity that had occurred some weeks ago, minor quakes and such. And the other thing that maybe has struck some as odd is it's unseasonably warm right now, as we're basically turning into the autumn, or sorry, leaving autumn and turning into the winter months now at this point, and it's still reasonably warm, and so that has some speculating about the cult's activities in the region. Um, what else? There has been the kidnapping of many of Hamlet's townsfolk. Um, has sort of been revealed more recently to be that the intention of the cults in taking these people is to have them sacrificed. This is information that was gained in the most recent session from a glassblower that the adventurers had rescued from this farmstead near the temple. And so he had made mention. His name is Elam. He's from Hamlet. Um, he had informed the party that not just folk from Hamlet that he had recognized kind of passing through the farmstead on their way to the temple, but also elves, gnomes, and dwarves. And so it would seem that the cult maybe is pulling in for more than just Hamlet, um, and causing issues in some of the other communities in the area. Um, I think those are kind of the big updates since last time. So we're gonna jump in here with some character introductions and get kind of caught up with who we got playing here tonight. So we'll just kind of go around the table. Everybody, introduce your character, and why don't you tell us what motivates your character to explore and go out to the Temple of Elemental Evil? There's the rescuing of captives. There's probably the incredible wealth that you could imagine is probably still tied up in the place. There's probably at this point any number of reasons that you might be going out there. So share a little bit of that with us. And so we'll just start right along the bottom of the overlay here. We'll start with Ed.
All right, I'm Ed. I play Teasley Sline. Teasley is a halfling fellow. He's a sorcerer of the divine soul variety, and his power comes from the halfling god Brandabaris, the god of rogues and adventure. And that alone gives all the reason that Teasley wants to go into this temple. It's an adventure for sure, and if he can come out of it alive, it'll be the best story anybody's ever heard.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So we'll move next to Casey.
Hi, I'm Casey. I am playing Humboldt. Humboldt is a bit of as a matchmaker. Have a cart. Well, I had a cart. I had a cart. I have a donkey. But my cart was left back in Nolb, along with all my stuff. Which sort of puts a damper on me having much in the way of business. Since I'm down to my last double handful of gold, need a bit of the coin that they've been taken away. Would like to get my stuff back. And also, wanting to be a matchmaker, I have to have a sterling reputation. I need a bit more. Um, Now, I did settle up a few things, but if I were to walk away now, who would be like, oh, I trust my children to that one who just left an entire town to die to the elemental evil. No. So, kind of got to now.
All right. Next up, we got Percy.
Hi, I'm playing Captain Dane Battlehammer of the Battlehammer clan, and I am here because my friends are here, and I cannot let them go alone. I'm also trying to rescue the people that are in or from Hamlet that have been captured, especially the children. If they're being sacrificed, then Dane wants to stop that.
Next up, we have Cliff.
I'm Cliff, and I am playing Galileo, who is a third level druid. Uh, Galileo is he's of the Circle of Stars druid, and he went adventuring. Even though he's a fairly low level druid, he's seen some things in the stars that have upset him, and he can't quite. He's not experienced enough to really interpret what he's been seeing, but he feels that he must go out and adventure with the group, and he will find a way to set things right.
Very good. And then last, we have Dawson.
Hi, I'm Dawson. I'm playing Dr. Heinrich Chernoff, and the whole reason why he's here at this point is because he's heard of the captives and he's worried that he may be injured. And as a man of medicine, you got to make sure they're all nice and healthy, and they can't do that without helping out the fellow other adventurers. As far as we know, he is not one. And also, prospect of a little more coin to help his business would help make healing potions for people who are much more talented at this profession than he is, to keep him nice and sturdy.
All right. So, you five have elected to be the kind of forward party. The most recent group, I believe, out of this group of folk. Well, Dane and Galileo, you were both in the most recent adventure, right?
I don't think I was in last
Oh,
week.
you weren't. Okay, maybe it was
No, I
just
think
Dane.
just me.
So, Dane was with the previous group, and they had come to this area, discovered the temple. Didn't quite poke in there to kind of check it out. So, you're the group that's kind of returning. They had other affairs to deal with, kind of locking down and securing that farmstead that the Earth Cult um, had been using, and I think it's fair to say that's sort of in control of the collective adventuring party. So that can be kind of a home base or a second home base as needed. Um, they also had to bring back Elam, and they had a, a someone that they had rescued that was one of the missing folks, so they had to bring them back. And so you're returning now to the temple. Um, The road leading to the temple is rutted and shows signs of foot traffic, though it looks like it has only recently been cleared. As you're traveling, uh, possibly down this road, you can see clear evidence of like rank weeds, thistles, and burrs and thorns and such that kind of um, look like they have been kind of hacked and cleared away to create this road or this trail leading to the temple. As you approach the temple area, the vegetation in the area is quite disconcerting. Dead trees that have skeletal like appearances, shrubs and weeds that grow into twisted and unnaturally colored forms, all unhealthy and sickly looking. Up ahead, you can see the ruins of the temple's outer works, which appear dark with overgrown mounds of gray rubble that sort of dot the surrounding former wall of the area. Skulls and bones of humanoids gleam white here and there, stuck amidst the weeds. As you are kind of moving at some point here, and actually Dane would be able to point out that there's like sort of like a grove of trees. I don't know based on your token visibility whether you can see my pinging back there, but basically like back behind the temple, there's this grove of these kind of strange fruit trees. Um, I don't know if we went too much into that, Dane, but you spent some time in that grove and um, you did see that there was some kind of a strange, almost like apple-like fruit that those trees produce. Um, you also see, as you're approaching the area, the northern end of the temple compound to like the northeast is a kind of this old stump of a tower that juts up from the northeast corner of that shattered wall, and there's visibly torchlight. You guys can kind of tell me. You sort of have the choice of like what time of day you'd want to be approaching this area, but irregardless, there would be some semblance of light coming from that tower. And this is something that Dane would be able to confirm for you too. That it seems like that is inhabited. Um, they had
Yeah,
encountered.
you want to stay away from that because they like to shoot arrows.
But you want to stay away from it when you're visible.
That's true. Just one question before we start spreading out. Um, that thing that I asked that we bring along, little sphere with the fire in it. Did anyone grab hold of that?
I don't think I was touching it.
I had a slight suspicion that when you said someone should grab it, that you didn't mean me.
Oh, what? No, I was thinking that we should, but then I was waiting to hear if anyone did, and I wasn't quite sure if anyone did.
I thought it was the sort of thing that maybe you didn't think I should have me hands on.
That's true. Doctor, did you happen to grab hold of it?
Hold on, let me check my bag. He's gonna go through all his medical bags, bone saws flying everywhere, and we'll say he has it, sure.
Oh, okay.
This thing.
Hey, that's the thing.
Would be big.
Oh, this thing. It's really heavy. Why'd you make me carry it?
I thought I thought you were going to ask me to carry it. No, but I just wanted to bring it. I thought, if we wanted a distraction, we should just like break that thing from a distance. And when you mentioned the weird squeegee apples, I was like, oh, we could put it in amongst the forest and then start a bit of a
Screechy
fire.
apples.
I thought it was smaller than that. Is it growing?
No,
There is like a Wait, are you talking about the globe or the fruit?
The globe.
globe.
The globe, it definitely has what appears to be like a raging fire that's only contained by the glass. So it is bright light emanating from that.
We should cover that back up.
Oh, sorry. So this wasn't supposed to be a workout routine that you told me before.
No.
Because
How
my
heavy is
calves are killing me.
No,
How heavy is it?
I'll take that for you and
Uh,
put it
Maybe like
back in.
5 pounds.
That doctor's not a strong man.
It's not really like physically heavy. It's just sort of unwieldy to be like walking around or toting about, but not a feat of strength necessarily to be holding it.
Right. And I was just thinking, if we wanted a distraction, I kind of want to know what it does. We put it in a place, and we shoot it, and it does its thing.
See,
And
I didn't even get through the box text, and we're already in dangerous territory here.
um, or we could just like dig a little hole and bury it here, for a bit.
Yeah, you probably don't want to fall down and break that thing.
No, but if we wanted to like have a big fire over there while we did something over here, I
I
feel
thought it
like
was
it's going
just
to make a big fire.
I thought it was like a magical glitter. It's a real fire.
Aye.
Why are you
Oh,
making me
when
carry?
it was cracked before, it was really hot, right? So like, yeah, it's real fire in there.
Right. So, what I was thinking was, either we put it like in the forest, and then we take care of all those weird squidgy apple trees, and then we deal with the temple while they're all running towards the forest, or we slide it into the tower and see if it turns it into a chimney. I
Seems
have a
kind of
partiality to
cruel.
chimney towers. No, these are all going to die. I'm not checking my swings on these fellas.
Oh, okay.
You know,
My only thought on that is, what if the
I'm just
children
not sure
power?
how powerful that will be if you release it. You know,
You can shoot from like 120 feet.
yeah,
I'd
but
like to reiterate my concern that the cult might be able to control the thing in it.
How
See,
do you control
because,
fire?
well, what if it's not just fire? What if it's like a fire beastie?
Even better.
Not
Well,
if
what?
they can control it.
No,
There's a fire cult in there.
no,
They're
there's an
all
earth
about
cult.
fire.
They hate
No,
fire.
there's fire cult too. Remember we heard that they were like teaming up, the Earth and the fire folks.
Well, that's a 1 in 4 chance. That's a decent gamble.
It's 2 and 4 because they were teaming up.
But only. So we bury it here for a bit, and we'll go look about. Okay, so just bury it, mark it with a little flag. Do not step here.
At the same time, I kind of like the idea of taking it in the tower and blowing
Also,
it up.
okay, I'll dig it back out. But we'll go take a look around first without the great big glowy ball, and then we can always come back and fetch it.
okay.
Okay. But remember, if we don't like the squidgy apples,
Evil apples.
crabby maybe, not entirely evil.
Oh,
Oh, if they're good, we could bring some back for your donkey.
Again, apples don't particularly agree with the donkey.
I gave him some before we left.
I
particularly
know
if
there
they're
was
evil
apple
apples.
sass all over the place.
Evil apples don't get along with anyone.
That's fair enough. So are we temple, trees, or tower? What are we thinking?
The tower seems like we just get shot before we got there.
I can't see much in this dim light and armor.
Well, I could either go have a peek myself, all invisible like, or I could have help someone else do that, or two of us could.
Oh.
And that might not be a bad idea because I'm really good at the sneaking part, but not very good at the looking around part.
Um,
I
maybe someone who can see in the dark. That would be Dane and Galileo. You can see in the dark, right?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I can see the stars, but not much else.
the more time I spend with you, the more time I spend studying stars. But Doctor, can you see in the dark?
Oh,
Oh, so maybe Dane then.
I'm not very stealthy.
But I could make you invisible.
So
I'm
just
still
don't,
going to make a lot of noise.
maybe don't curse much.
Well, you could strip down to your skivvies while you're invisible. No one would see it.
Okay. So me and you then.
Wow, I didn't think that one would work. Right, so we can be invisible for an hour.
Um.
I
So
can't be invisible that long. I have a hidden step ability, but
You all can turn invisible?
huh?
Oh, aye.
It's only for a short minute or so.
So uh, with the way the tower is, would we be better all sort of sneak it a bit closer in case things go wrong through the forest, and then you cross the last bit invisible, or are we better going along the tower wall? Is there enough like of a hump there to stay down low behind?
There's trees
Aye.
to about
So
60 feet.
oh
I'd like to look at the trees.
Well, I do think even if we're moving up, we should try to be a bit sneaky on the way in case there's anybody in the creepy church.
aye. Just yeah, low expectations though.
So
Well, I'm not very tall.
if your goal is to draw close to the tower, it probably would make sense to kind of go around to the left side of the temple and come up onto the forest. The forest definitely, forest isn't the right word, but the grove of trees back there is quite overgrown with weeds and whatnot. That there's quite a bit of cover. So you're probably don't even really need to make stealth checks to make it over that far. Um,
My favorite kind
so
of sneaking.
I'm
I can.
seeing on the scale that these
these are
are
30
10-foot
feet
squares.
or 10 feet. Yep, I guess on this map they're 10 feet. So yeah, this
So,
is a
okay.
lot larger than what I couldn't get the grid to work with this particular map for your tokens. So your tokens more or less just represent kind of vaguely where you are. Um,
You know,
so
I can summon a wild companion owl, perhaps, and
Ooh.
have him scout ahead.
Right. Though you were going to, what did the trees look? Did you look at the trees?
Let's go check the trees.
okay,
Whatever it is.
so
I like this idea.
it sounds like
Sneaky
collectively,
like.
at least initially, you're going to go together around the temple to get over to the cover of the trees. So, as you draw closer, so you draw past the wall, kind of into the temple area here. So you're drawing. I'm going to give you just a bit of description of the temple itself as you're passing around it. But you're looking up. It is quite tall. Probably like there's like a peak, like a chapel peak that rises up some 50 feet. The rest of the complex is about 30 feet overhead, with sort of very strange um, architectural design and buttresses and whatnot. All around as you're like passing around the temple, you can see quite a few stained glass windows that are just filthy and caked on with dirt and such, and all of them sort of depict sort of gruesome um, demonic kinds of imagery, um, kind of built into like the construction of the stonework. There's like faces and kind of almost like gargoyle like stone structures, think winged creatures and such that are kind of built up and sort of give you kind of an unnerving feeling as you walk around. Um, the whole thing though, it's dark, silent. You don't see anything, you don't hear anything coming out of there. Um, just sort of this feeling of pervading fear, like it keeps wildlife and such away from it. You don't see really too many birds or whatnot, animal life really wanting to stick close to the area here. So, but yeah, you travel around. Go ahead and move like your characters over to like where the those trees are. Um, Let me just one second. I want to see if I got a description of what the trees look like.
Why would they have left this place standing?
Yeah, so you move over here. Let's see. Is anybody proficient with nature? You could do a nature check on these trees.
The
I might be.
doctor's in.
Let me see. No.
So, these trees, they do sort of look like apple trees. They're just kind of like thin trees, not terribly tall, but the fruit upon them, you know, is identifiable that it is not apple. It's these kind of blue, almost plum-looking pieces of fruit that hang from the kind of skeletal branches of these trees.
So you naturey types, should we eat these?
I would not. They don't look the most healthy for you. You might get sick. I would not try it. Or I have not seen it. I do not want to be the first to experience it.
Dawson, you had wanted to do a. I saw earlier you posted like a downtime activity that you wanted to do. Give me a medicine check.
Yes. Yes, sir.
A 2.
God, I would be so upset. The 2 was right there. It
I
was right.
tried so hard.
So you spent. We'll take care of the downtime part of it later, but you spent like a day going through all of those bottles that were recovered from the trader's establishment, and you identified they were all poisoned. And one of the things that you had identified was it was the poison came from um, some kind of a organic like fruit vegetable, like it was something, a natural poison. And so now that you're like here amongst these trees and you're looking at this fruit from these trees, you're thinking that this is the origin of that. This is called usk fruit, and it's known to be something that's used in the production of kind of cheap poisons. It's not a very potent kind of thing, or it's not a sophisticated process, but it's something that can fetch a small price in some of the seedier areas of some of the bigger cities.
Um, so I'm all for burning.
Yeah. If it's poisoned, then we should probably get rid of it.
Hey, what?
I mean, if we're being honest, if they're abundant enough around the world, there's no use in burning it right now.
I just don't
Well,
want
unless the
them to
people,
have it.
yeah, the people in the temple might be using it.
And we get to find out what the sparkly ball does.
That's true.
Um, so we stay here. You go?
Hmm, let me get up to Dane.
Okay.
So I'll get right up next to Dane. And are you ready?
Yes. Well, let me take off my armor first.
You know, maybe I'll stay a little further back.
So
I have
you
clothes underneath.
Aye, but I'm not willing to risk it.
Dane, I've mean to ask you, how's that horn I gave you been treating you? The one that helps with your hearing?
What?
Oh, sorry. Right. How's the horn?
It didn't work with a lick.
So
I'm
when
definitely
Dane,
down.
It's not a perfect solution, but it should help.
once Dane has his armor off, I will spend 2 sorcery points to twin spell invisibility on both of
okay?
us.
Ooh.
All right. So you're now both invisible, and from there you're planning to kind of head towards the tower.
Hmm.
Okay. So as you start to draw closer to this jagged stub of this large ancient tower that stands from the raised walls, you can see it probably mm, rises up some. I don't know, we'll say at least 60 feet tall. Um, you get the sense from the arrow slits that are visible on either side of the tower around its perimeter, It's probably like 3 floors, as there's 3 tiers of these arrow slits at the 3 different heights. Um, Up ahead, you can see the heavy door that is barred and chained shut from the outside. Um, Up at the top of the tower, you can see kind of perched there. Um, 2 blackbirds are kind of the only wildlife that you've seen in the area, kind of sitting up there. Um,
It's chained from the outside, so like to keep things in.
that that could be the reason why. Let's see. I think I've got a image of the tower. Yeah, so it seems sort of curious that. As you draw close, you could both give me perception checks.
If my thing would load, I'm gonna have to refresh, I think.
Yeah, mine's struggling with the image right now.
Yeah.
Well, let's start Teasley with the 12. You definitely hear like activity and movement in there. You know, I will say that you've gotten maybe within like 30 feet of the tower. And so no question as you're kind of like looking up at the arrow slits, no question to you that there's definitely like sentries there. You think you can see at least 4 distinct like kind of shadows or whatnot like in the arrow slits, indicating that there's probably at least 4 archers looking out into the courtyard here. But you hear just kind of murmurs, like there's like soft conversation maybe happening within the tower there.
Okay.
And I would say it kind of gives you the impression of a fair number within. Almost like you're like right outside the doors to like a barracks or something. Like you can just hear murmur. Um, and it'll just kind of blends together. And how's is it refreshing for you, Percy?
No,
No.
it's says the website's not up.
Hmm.
Anyone else having like that kind of trouble?
Let me try and make something open. Seems to be okay for me.
Okay. Um, is it okay, Percy, if I just roll the perception check for you until it like pops up?
I can roll on D&D Beyond if that's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah. You just
You're
let me
you're
know.
not on the website, so it won't. So like Beyond 20 won't pop it in there, but
13.
13. Okay. So you don't have the ability to hear and perceive what Teasley's hearing, but you still pick up on the fact that there's a number of archers up there. Um,
And actually, Alex, mine just timed out too.
yours timed out too. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
uh,
it maybe has something to do with the image
I can
share
keep
or
it
what.
tried.
Um,
well,
yeah.
I would like, while I'm invisible, to sneak right up and see if I can't peer in one of the arrow slits.
Okay. That probably not going to be possible really for anybody on the ground floor. They're raised up
Oh,
enough
okay.
enough that you wouldn't be able to easily peek through. The first one, like the first rung of them is probably 10 feet up.
Okay. That's quite a ways up for a guy who's 2.5 feet tall.
I could boost you, but I can't see you. Oh, there
Yeah.
we go.
You can't see me or hear me, so you have no idea where I am.
And even the dwarf and the halfling combo with the boosty up might be
Yeah,
might be
We
a
might
struggle.
get to 6 feet.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to climb it.
All right. Um. So give me an athletics check. All right. And so climbing it, no problem. Like it's jagged enough, it's old enough that there are bits of kind of rock and such that have slid out of place, but is still intact enough that you can use it as handholds and footholds. You start climbing up. Um, give me a stealth check at advantage as you're climbing up.
Okay.
So you're
And
climbing
I
up. Oh,
and I only want to get as high as the first arrow. So I just want to look
you
inside
want
one
to
of
peek
the arrow
in?
slits.
Sure.
Yeah.
Um, I just want to pull up an image for myself so I can reference what you'd be able to see from that spot. But you look in, you can definitely see there's a human with a heavy crossbow in hand. That is there. Um, he's wearing a tabard that has an. Let me see if I still have the image that I want to pull up here. Well, basically, it's a tabard that has a an eye on it, like an eye that's kind of um,
Like the weepy eye, like on the stones.
the weepy eye. Yep.
Okay.
Um, sorry. Let's just see.
So, Alex, I want to go around to the back, and it doesn't seem like there's any arrow slits back there. Is that true?
That is true. But yeah, you could wade through some of the rubble and find an inlet to get around over there. Hold 1 second though. I want to resolve this arrow slit thing to see what Teasley sees. Okay. So okay. From your position here, you can see into what looks like it's a large, fairly brightly lit room. Um, you can see it's sort of, it looks very much like kind of like barracks type of situation. There's a large table, um, dotted with benches on the sides and chairs at the head. Um, and there are people, there are armed guards sitting all around the table. Looking through the arrow slit is going to be a little bit difficult to get like a for sure head count of who's all in there, but you're kind of judging from like the noises you're hearing and the couple that you have visual confirmation on. You think you count amongst them at least a dozen.
Okay.
And you can catch sight that there's a door back there, and there's a couple of doors actually on the first floor that you're peeking through, and so there's a couple of rooms that you don't have sight into, and so unknown what's back there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the sense that anyone's on alert, that any of them would know that you're in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And Dane, you wanted to move around to the back there. So yeah, as you move around to the back, you kind of get confirmation that there's no arrow slits. Sort of curious that there wouldn't be arrow slits looking out, but rather looking in to the courtyard.
All right, I'll head back.
I'm gonna see if I can't. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not a good enough climber. I'm gonna head back too.
Sounds good. So you head back to the rest. Anything that the rest of the group was doing while you were back at the Usk fruit trees? Otherwise, you all reconvene and trade notes on what Teasley and Dane discovered there.
And I'll put my armor back on. So,
And I'll drop the invisibility.
oh, well, that's unfortunate. Um, the they seem to be defending the inside of their walls.
You said the door had a chain on it. Do they maybe like
Hey,
have?
are they outside?
Do they have maybe like prisoners inside there on the towers in case the prisoners get out?
Well, I couldn't see inside the bottom floor where the door would go to, so that might be. There is a lot of fellas up there though. Like at least 12.
Hey,
Well,
do you think they're? Do you think this is the only way in? Think they got a back door someplace sneaky like?
Oh, I suspect they
Maybe.
probably do.
Would that be something new we could search for, or do you think that would take too much time?
Oh, I went behind and there was no doors. There's
oh,
no arrow slits, no doors.
they're fond of tunneling though, so it might be
I,
Ah,
something. It
I,
might be
the only
something from
door
the
to
temple.
that, the only door to that tower is chained closed from the outside. So there is another way in. I just don't know where.
Ma.
so I'm thinking if we want to get in, we use the orb for that.
But if there's prisoners in that downstairs bit,
And we couldn't see that. So I think maybe we go with Galileo's plan and we look for the other ways in.
aye. Oh, Doc, here, this is for you. You don't look like the sturdy sort. So this potion here, if you drink it, it'll give you um, command over the undead. So if you see like more than 2 or 3 of them, you take a chug of that and you start bossing them about while we deal with the dispatching them.
Okay.
Did you have something else you thought you were going to be doing?
No. I just. Huh?
No, it's look. We found it in a gas nest. Somebody didn't drink it when they ought to have. So if you see 2 undead, you drink that thing, and then you
Just
start bossing
2.
them around.
At least
Any
2.
more, 2 or more, or one very scary one. No, one more scary than one at your own judgment. But if you see at least 2, drink it. If you see 2,
He pulls out his notepad, flips it
it,
open, writes down,
if
drink if more
X
than
is
2 undead
equal
or
to
1 big one.
2 divided by, I don't know. Just
I went to school for many years. I don't think I need another lecture in calculus. That was
okay.
a terrible time.
You just it. If you see undead, you drink the thing. Because the only time I find those things is in nests of undead when people thought they could handle it and didn't drink the thing. So you drink the thing.
I will drink the thing.
Aye. If we see undead.
If we see undead.
If we see undead.
Excellent. I can do that.
Aye. And then boss them about.
Then boss them about.
Um. Temple.
Right, I think that's the way to go.
And maybe there's an entrance there.
Do we go to the front door or do we break a window? I kind of feel like breaking a window.
I think we checked for traps at the front door.
You think that these creepy stained glass windows have like a curse on them or something?
Now I don't feel like breaking a window.
Like, if you go to all the trouble to make a stained glass window that's that creepy, don't you think you put a curse on it? I would.
I don't know how to put curses on things.
I don't either, but if I knew how to make a window like that, I bet I would.
I
Won't
don't
that
know.
won't that alert someone if we break windows?
Thinking it
Don't
must happen
know.
often, but I guess not.
But now I want to break a window.
Well, we should go to the front door very quick then.
I'm a fan of the front door idea.
Oh,
The movie on here, there's a bigger map. It's more to scale for wanting to explore the temple. Let's see. I also wanted to throw up that sort of groovy image of the front of the temple here. Show off some of the art here from the book.
Ooh.
So, as you all draw closer to the entrance, let's see, one sec. Let me pull up my notes here. Um, as you're kind of like moving around the perimeter of the temple, a bit of wind picks up, and it sort of creates this ghastly chorus of sound as it blows through the apertures of the temple, almost like there was like intentionally built in to the infrastructure whistles and little crevices that the wind is passing through. It sounds like the sound of the moaning of 1,000 doomed souls crying out in pain and torture. Um, the smattering of those you can see those two birds that were perched up there on the um, tower kind of take flight as they sort of disturbed by that. Um, but then you make your way down to the southern end and gaze at the temple, tall with its oddly peaked and gabled roof. Um, there are three doors that are visible on the south end. Um, the grand entrance, the main double doors on the south end of the temple, are incredibly tall, 23 feet high, seemingly made of bronze. Um, graven upon them are these massive runes. Um, there's also a silvery-looking chain that lies broken upon the ground at your feet. It looks like at one time it held these doors closed from the outside, but no longer. To the east and west of the vestibule are smaller bronzewood doors that um, are just like normal height, like a normal. Probably somewhat grandiose. They're probably like 12 feet high or whatnot, but they provide a secondary way in the main vestibule.
Um,
Right, so somebody who builds a temple that whistles and makes that sound curses their windows.
I'm picking up on that. Though my respect for the Cuthbertarians has dropped significantly now that I see that their way of dealing with this temple was to put a little safety chain across the doors and then leave it be. Um, I got my ass whooped by them just for being a bit rude, and this is how they treat the temple. Bastards.
Galileo's um, looking at those ruins and is would they be of anything that he could interpret?
Um, let's see. Uh, you could make an Arcana check. With an 11, you're not really sure what like if they contain a spell. Your best guess is that they're a ward. You could kind of pick out some of that. This is clearly warding magic that was placed on here, but the specifics are unknown to you.
Galileo, do you think it'd be all right if I took the chain?
Oh, I was looking at it. It's
I
pretty.
don't know. Do you need a chain?
I was going to wrap it about my staff in case we came up against any werewolves.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't.
This is exciting.
And he gives a little,
Werewolves.
Go ahead.
Now there's werewolves here? I thought there were just cultists.
Maybe Dane, would you give me an intelligence check quick?
oh, please roll high.
That's all
Pretty
right.
high.
Picking on my
17?
dwarf here that might know his metals, but looking at this chain, it looks like it's silver plated, but it's actually like an iron
Well, that's not
iron
going to
chain.
do you any good against the werewolves and such.
Again, Cuthbertarians letting me down and cheap bastards.
Perhaps the ward was supposed to be the thing that kept him inside.
Well, obviously, if they're only using silver-plated chain, they probably use a cut-rate ward.
Probably. There are 2 side doors. Do you want to try those first? Or do you want to go through the front
Or
door?
three.
Oh,
Go for door three.
what? No,
Door
I,
three.
oh, no, I was thinking we looked for where the wagon and boot prints go in.
Yeah.
They go to the bronzewood doors through this side.
Biggins.
The
Okay.
No,
like the
the
two
smaller ones.
smaller ones on either side.
I would say we go where they go.
Yeah.
That's probably good. I imagine that opening those giant doors would be conspicuous.
True. And if they're not doing it, it's probably not so good that we do it.
They probably say that for giants.
Thanks for the raid. I'm
Oh,
Butterbean.
we're getting
we
a
could-
raid. Lord Shadow 27 just raided us. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We're playing Temple of Elemental Evil here tonight. Hope you stop by. Hope you enjoy what we're doing. Hope you had a good game yourself. So the 5 of you are looking to make your way through the side doors. Okay. So you can go ahead and move your tokens in that way and step in. And I've got once you step in, I've got an image and a little description I'll share with you. Have we established what time of day did you want to have been here or arrived here?
I was
Probably the
thinking
morning.
Morning time.
morning or
Okay.
dusk, one or the other.
Okay. I'm asking mostly for the light situation as you're walking in, so definitely going to be able to sort of dim light inside the temple as you walk in from the outside light filtering through the stained glass windows and such. So yeah, let me.
As they are opening the door, I'm gonna hide out here.
Okay, sounds good.
Can we check for traps first? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, we're gonna assume that you're, and we can make that assumption. I'm not gonna be a stickler on like, oh, you didn't say you were checking for traps as we're going through here. I'll sort of make, unless you tell me otherwise that you want to go at it like a faster pace, we can sort of assume that you're doing that. And the way I'm gonna resolve that is, should there be a situation where a check was needed, I will prompt you at that time to make the check whether you saw it, and if you don't make it, then we will sort of assume that you didn't see it and stumbled upon it.
And we blow up. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, yeah. So you step in here, check for traps, and you step in. Let me throw up the image here.
Off the door. Thank you.
entranceway. So, as you're moving in here,
There is a lot going on there.
there is a lot going on. You walk through, and you can see the floor to the area is a reddish brown slate-like stone. The walls plastered and painted with scenes befitting the nature of what you know about the people that would want to be here in the temple. Disgusting acts, killing, torture, enslavement, robbery, thievery, and other unspeakable things, ritualistic things. The creeds of the worshippers are all too apparent here from the decor. Evil is flaunted and lionized. Dim light filters through the stained glass windows from outside and casts revolting colors down upon the stones of the floor to the north. In that direction, you can see the grand entrance, the grand hall of the temple. There are pillars on either side of the hall, um, composed of a pinkish mineral material shot through with warm-colored veins. Their arches lead to an unremarkable pair of lesser side aisles. The columns supporting the archways, as well as the arches themselves, are worked in bas reliefs. As with the frescoes in the entryway, the scenes here are vile, communicating ineffable evil. It is probable that this area was reserved for the lowliest of worshippers. Beyond um, is more open, um, and more pillars further north. It is stone cold silent as you enter in here.
Scary.
So this is the most terrifying place I probably have been in so far.
Me too.
Oh, come on. How could the Cuthbertarians leave this? It's a, yeah, it's a instruction book for evil.
So I don't know if this would make Humboldt further angry, but it wasn't necessarily the. It was even more than just the Church of St. Cuthbert. It was actually the Battle of Emerity Meadows was fought with the backing of Valuna and Furiondi and the elves and the no, like it was a coalition of all of these forces. Hard to say exactly who was maybe made the call as to what to do with the temple, but there maybe should have been more people that would have been making better decisions on what to do.
They should have had dwarves. We would have tore the place down.
No,
But
they've got
here
a
it
fleet.
stands.
They got a fleet of orphans back in the orphanage. We could put them to work and have this place down in 2 years. Lazy buggers.
All right, well, let's have a look about, see if we can't find a way to go under.
I'm
Yeah.
going, I'm just going slow.
Are those all wells up there?
So, kind of looking straight ahead, those are still pillars yet,
Okay.
but this right here in the center is sort of it looks like some kind of an odd like altar like that's situated there.
Wait,
Basically,
why-
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Um, so the pillars here that you were kind of pointing at are a little bit different than those entryway ones. They change. They're composed of a white marble. And the center there, um, actually right here, I guess, is a altar block of pinkish white marble. It's roughly oval shaped. Its top is hollowed out. It sort of resembles the form of a body, almost like a person would be interned or laid there. arms and legs kind of split apart, and sort of a prone depression there in the stonework. That depression in the stone is stained red and crimson with old blood. Shards of broken crystal vessels lie about the area just north of it. Um, and this right here is sort of a circular pit, um, 20 feet in diameter. Um,
Um, there's nothing about this I like, but I only see like red and green. Oughtn't there be like a blue and uh, blue, white? I don't know.
Yeah, what do we see on the two sides where the red and the green are?
sure. I'll start with this one here. Um, you look over to the west. You can see supporting pillars are composed of sandstone resting on a red slate floor. Bits of broken pottery and sharp bits of rock cover the floor here. Um, walking through there probably be a noisy affair if you're actually approaching the altar. Um, there's a stump of granite right in the center, a monolith um, that looks like it probably. It almost looks like someone took a hammer to it and like bashed this thing in. There's bits of stone and debris around it that seem like it was probably part of the main monolith in the center there. Um, a few links of bronze chain, a twisted manacle, and a bronze wood maul with a snapped haft add to the impression that someone um, went to town on that. So that's what you see there. Um, over here on the east side, thick stone columns here run deep green with blood red striations. The paving blocks are mostly mossy green, with a circular dais-like area about 20 feet in diameter in the center, right here. Um, this this altar is a depression um, that seems filled with a scum-covered black liquid. You can see around the altar here several pieces of smashed, like, seashell scattered about. You also can clearly see that there's a broken bronze knife on the ground nearby.
So earth, water. We're still missing two.
Can I check? Can I look down the hole in the center?
Sure. Um, it's basically maybe like 8 feet deep. It's almost kind of a little bit like bowled a bit. You probably see in there like old dried gore, like the sides of it kind of caked on with sort of gruesome crimson sanguine colored substance, dried at this point. It looks ancient. It looks old, like not recently used.
Yeah, it hasn't been used in a long time. Okay.
So
Is
there
that
isn't.
a door?
Well,
There's a few doors that you see about, both on the east and west. Near those east and west altars, there's double doors of bronze wood. Up towards the north here, you see a stairway, a very wide, 20 feet wide stairway that leads down. Wooden door over here, small wooden door. Um, I think you probably can't get a good sense with the stairway. The stairwell kind of runs. It's there's like kind of like a wall kind of around it, so you probably have a hard time really seeing the northern part of the chapel without going that way.
Which way, Humboldt?
Follow
Have a-
Teasley?
I'm gonna have a listen at this door.
Yeah, you have a listen at the door there. You don't hear anything on the other side.
I'm gonna try to open it.
And it opens. Are you all able to open the doors
Yep.
and such? Okay, cool. So you open that up, and what you see on the other side, um, bits of broken, um, um, like wood and such, maybe like furniture from long ago, kind of in there. You also see uh, 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 there's a broken trident on the floor, pieces of torn, scorched robes of a moss green hue. Um, Straight ahead is like, or like here, along the sides of the room here are like cupboards that look their doors are hanging open. It looks like it's been completely like looted. Nothing on the shelves and whatnot. Around the bend is a staircase that leads down.
We want to go down?
Well, before we get too far along, can anybody figure out where the folks that came in had gone? Like, I don't think they would leave this robe here.
Do we see any
Maybe
tracks anywhere?
Make a survival check.
Eight.
There's a lot of footprints. This is a high traffic area, it would seem, and so you can pick up that there's traffic that goes back and forth. What you can't, with your check of an 8, what you can't discern is whatever this conflict that happened immediately here, what became of the participants of that. It definitely looks like some kind of a scuffle happened here.
I think Teasley's getting away.
Well, wait, where's Teasley?
Stairs down.
Oh, I can't.
That's what we're looking for, right? Down.
There was big stairs up
Where are
to
you
the
guys
north.
going?
No, we got to stay together. Teasley sees something going down. We're gonna see if it heads over that way.
Just based on looking at this staircase, it would seem it does go down. Maybe the opposite direction if you're looking for a pathway. Unless it like goes down, then you might be able to discover a way to the tower. But it would seem that these stairs point you down in the opposite direction. But um, you could just as you're looking down, you can see it looks like this hallway goes on for some distance and then bends. Um,
Do we want to go up north first?
Don't know. I mean, I suppose.
Or do you want to go down the stairs?
I do. Yes, very much.
I will touch Teasley and give him guidance. Off you go then.
Oh, you forgot to grab. Oh, you forgot to grab the tail.
I'm going fast.
Teasley
Shouldn't have mentioned the tail.
going solo down the stairs.
Yep, and I'm gonna cast light on my dagger.
All right. Well, hang tight, everyone else, because I have to flip to a different map for Teasley.
Um, I will also bonus action convert a spell slot to a sorcery point
Okay.
so that I have an extra.
Okay. So 1 second, I'll put your token on the map so you can see. or potentially see. Your token at this point, you'll probably need some light, right? I think. Do you not have dark vision?
I did just turn light on.
Okay. You might have to
So if I
return it
find my
on.
token,
Yeah. Let me. I'll put it on. You had the light spell on.
yeah,
Okay. There you go. You're on
I
like
don't
the.
see my.
You're
I
on
don't
like this.
see a token. I see what just lit up. I don't see a token.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
I see the light
Can
effect, but not the
can
token.
you click and drag like you were gonna select multiple tokens, and can you do that over the light?
It's not getting anything.
Um, maybe a reload or a refresh.
Yeah, I'll try refreshing. Does
Dang.
Foundry do a thing with layers? Am I on the wrong layer?
I don't think
It
so.
is. It's refreshing now, so I'll see in a sec. But
Okay, and that's okay because I gotta switch to my second PDF. So this is the insert disc 2 here, part of the game. Um,
Dane, if
it's
you're gonna
having a
send
hard time
Teasley off,
refreshing.
get a hold of the tail. It keeps him from getting too far ahead. Oh, you can't hear me. Son of
It does not want to load this at all. I can't even load the game.
okay, it is a humongous detailed map, so that could be part of the situation or issue here. Um,
Well, it just isn't loading. Like the website stops working.
okay.
Mine took 2 or 3, and then it eventually kicked in.
Hmm.
Like it's the little wheel is spinning where it's trying to do something and then it just stops and says I'm done, but there's nothing on the page.
Okay. Well, let's hang tight on that. I mean, we're almost at the point where maybe we'd want to take a little break anyway, but um, with the setup that we have got here, I'll be flipping between the two maps basically. So let me see what everybody else on the upper temple what they might want to do at this point. Basically, Teasley, when you initially get down there, you're gonna realize you're in a labyrinthian kind of situation. So if you progress forward, you can certainly do so, but you probably quickly um, be in a spot where you might want some backup a little bit closer than up in the upper works there. But let's turn here, everybody that's upstairs. Anything that you'd want to be doing while you're waiting for Teasley's report?
For Humboldt, that's basically it. Is waiting at the top of the stairs, and then like as Teasley's little light gets like dimmer and dimmer, like um, okay, that's probably far enough. Going to need to start easing down the stairs now, and then
Okay.
just like
Yeah, yeah.
one
We don't want
slow
to let him
step at a
get too
time.
far ahead of us.
Okay. Oh, it must be sort of working
Yep,
at
I'm in.
this point.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna guess that everyone's gonna have a little bit of a. We need to get everybody loaded and everything in here. So this is probably a good time for us to take a little 10 minute break or so. So everyone who's hanging out with us here tonight, thanks for watching. We got plenty more. We just entered into level 1 of the Temple of Elemental Evil. So if you've been anxiously waiting to see this part of the adventure, stick around, and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. Just took a short break here. Our characters have just descended the stairs down into the first floor of the temple. Um, Teasley's kind of leading the way here, and so as you're going forward there, Teasley, coming down the staircase. Um, the stairway kind of bends and takes you into a corridor, which diagonals out directly to the west, and you have a light spell out. What did you cast your light spell on?
On my dagger of ossification.
So you kind of have that kind of out producing light as you're uh,
Hmm.
moving forward down the corridor here. And you can see that the entire length of the hallway here is decorated with some art by a guy named Cliff Karowski. No, it's frescoed with different illustrations on each panel of the wall here. Um, most of them depicting scenes of kind of elemental devastation, tornadoes and cyclones, wildfires, great floods, quakes ripping apart the earth, and so on and so forth, all the way down the hallway.
And they left this. They left all of this.
Can't they make any happy scenes?
I don't think that's what they were going for. Careful now. We
Don't
don't want to
recall
lose.
hearing them called the cults of elemental joy.
That would be a bit of a change. So, if we came down this way, we want to go that way to get to the tower?
Say, up is the right way to go.
Up.
Think so?
Well, in our instance, probably to the right.
Dane, I'm gonna guess you have a passive perception of higher than 10. This is
Yep.
something your dwarven sensibilities would kind of pick up. Um, but the floor here is not exactly level. There's like a slight gradient to it that you sort of notice or pick up that you feel like it's angled in such a way that you're actually descending just gradually as you're moving forward.
So we're going in deeper.
Uh,
So we go straight, right, left. Oh,
um,
going right.
going right.
All right.
Right.
So Teasley, you continue moving forward there. You can see up ahead another um, intersection. Everything here is like limestone construction. The flagstones on the floor, the stone on the walls. Um,
I'm gonna creep forward, kind of quietly, carefully. I realize I have a light spell, so I'm not gonna be all that sneaky, but I'll at least be quiet.
okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a stealth check as you're moving down the corridor. And how much distance between you and the rest of the party are you like forward scouting?
Um, Well, I'm not sure how close they're keeping to me. I'm just sort of going.
Oh, you okay? It's not like an intentional thing.
I
So
mean, I'm trying. I'm in the lead, but yeah, it's probably not that intentional.
okay,
Humboldt's trying to 30-ish feet.
Yeah,
One good run.
30, 50 feet, something like that.
okay. Does that kind of work for Dawson and Cliff, your characters as well? Kind of given the 30 feet buffer for Teasley to kind of scout ahead and let you know what he sees.
As long as I'm near someone who's got their light spells. So.
And yeah, I think you got a couple there. Um, yeah, so Teasley, you get up here. So there's sort of a flaw on this map. When you peek around the corner here to the right, you're gonna see a door.
I'm gonna move forward so I can see it. If that
Yeah, that works.
okay.
There should be a door here. Um,
Okay,
so there's a
I
wooden
see.
door at
Okay.
the end there. Um, straight ahead, corridor that seems to kind of bend and angle to the north, and then to your west, you just see. Give me a perception check, maybe.
Okay.
Down to the west. You see that there's a number of um, side paths that exit off that main trail.
Okay. Then I will take a couple of steps back and just tell everybody, tell Dane and Galileo what I saw. There's a door to the east, and then the pathway goes north and it curves around a bit, I think. And then there's a bunch of paths the other way. What do you think? Oh, well, Galileo, what do you think? Dane wandered off. He doesn't have a monkey.
I can't hear you.
Try the door.
Okay, so the door, if Dane goes that way, I'll turn around and watch Dane.
The doors to the right?
Yeah.
This door to the right. Very simple looking, like wooden, kind of arched wooden door, iron bound.
Can
Wait.
I listen to it?
Why is Dane going head first?
Yeah, give me a perception check. Well, you can listen, but you don't hear anything.
I forgot about that.
Me?
Okay.
Wait, what are you doing? Get me! Oh, fuck, you can't hear me.
It's really funny that he's putting his ear up to the door. Like it's gonna do anything.
What's he thinking? Teasley, this is exactly what it's like when you run ahead.
No, but I choose not to listen. He's trying and he can't hear a thing. He's stone deaf.
Galileo goes up there and tries to listen then too. So
Okay. Make a perception check.
oh,
Okay. So you're listening, and you know what? You do hear a little something. It sounds like a song, and as you're listening, you're trying to like pick up the words, um, and you catch a little bit of it. Um, I'll tell you what you hear, but along with what you hear, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
So you might have dodged a bullet there, Dave.
Ah!
let's see. Saving throw, you said?
Yep. Okay. So you make your save. And it's like kind of sounds like a female voice. And the words that you pick up are she dwells today, something, something, something. You didn't quite make out what that was. With tools of flesh, something, something, something. Flame in earth or sky, something, something, something. Beware, my friend, something, something. Um, to lift her temple high again. So yeah, you didn't do so well on your perception check. You didn't quite get the meaning of that, but um, then as you're listening to it, there's something that's almost sort of hypnotic about it. Like you almost feel like you're being kind of like taken away by just the sounds and the notes and everything are kind of soothing, and but then you kind of shake that off because you kind of sense like you're being pulled into some kind of enchantment that you shake off.
What are you
Right.
doing?
I'm going to go back and kind of tell them that there's some siren like singing going on in there. It's very hypnotic. You might not want to listen to it.
Oh,
I
Plug
had a
our
hole
ears?
pulling myself away.
The doctor opens up his medical bag, produces a bunch of cotton, just starts, just starts shoving it in.
Hey, there's a good idea.
I mean, maybe you wait till we're done discussing if are we going in? No, take the cotton out. Do
No,
we
you can't
want?
hear you either.
Oh my god. Are we
And I'm
going?
not going to listen.
Oh,
If you're asking me, I am not sure in the slightest. This place
Teasley, are you about to
terrifies
run
me.
through that door?
Should I?
I just, I'd like a little heads up this time.
It sounded
May-
kind of evil. I think we better get ready for battle if you're going to go through.
Okay, fine. Could I have some of that cotton then?
Oh, I got an idea. Why doesn't Dan go in? He can't hear him anyway.
Like
I
I
don't-
think it might take us all.
Alright, so cotton.
So I guess we're all gonna kind of cotton up.
All right,
except for
so
Dane.
everyone that needs to put some cotton swabs, cotton balls in your ears to hopefully dull this sound. All right.
I'm gonna. Who wants guidance?
I'll give guidance to Humboldt.
I'll give guidance to someone if they want.
All right.
Who wants-
Well, guidance doesn't do saving throws, and that might be important.
So kind of gave it a 3, 2, 1 countdown and burst in after the guidance is cast.
Give guidance to the.
All right. So
To the
everybody where they want to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, um, sort of as you move in, you get the sense that there is some singing and whatnot happening from these two creatures that quickly come into view. These two winged-looking, kind of hideous creatures. These harpies that move into view, and they seem to be projecting their song in your direction. We're gonna say you've got basically like if they try to use their song ability, you'll have advantage on the saving throw from taking the precaution. But yeah, looks like a number of you are getting on the initiative tracker here. I gotta do that as well. All right, so looks like everyone is on there. Y'all did much better than the harpies did. So we'll begin combat with Galileo. These pillars here, the ceilings here are, um, we'll say, like 15 feet tall, and the pillars stretch north all the way to the ceiling. You also see there is a wooden door to the south here and a wooden door to the north here.
All right. Galileo is. He's going to uh, fire guiding bolt at one of them. No, I.
Okay.
Trying to. What the heck happened to my spells? Here we go. Why it's not showing my spells?
Are you on your spell book?
Yeah.
I see your
They also
spells.
up, and I didn't seem to be able to open them up.
I'm not sure. I see them.
Oh, here we go. All right. Guiding bolt.
That will hit. I'm gonna assume one straight ahead that you can see.
Yeah. And
All right, 11 points of damage. Next person who hits that one will have advantage. Anything else, Galileo?
no, I think I'm gonna stay back away from them now. So I think that'll be it.
All right. Next up is the good doctor.
The good doctor, seeing very, very scary things in the room, takes 2 steps back. Oh, he'll pull out his short bow, fumble with the arrow, and just let go at the one that's nice and bright. Let's see, short bow. To advantage.
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
13 will hit. And thank you for the
Oh,
cheers out there.
excellent. Damage roll for the short bow, and then sneak attack. So
Ooh,
11
very
total.
nice. 11 total.
Hit it!
What?
That's it. That's all it'll do.
Dane, it is your turn.
I will go there, and I'm gonna smack this one.
Okay, one thing that does happen on your way there is you step on a pressure plate that drops a portcullis right in where the molding of the door is, and blocks that. Heavy grate slams down.
Well, that was unfortunate. That means everybody else is locked out of the room.
They can see into the room. You probably have to be right up by the gate to shoot in such a way that it won't provide like a partial cover. Um, it, Humboldt, you heard it slam down right at your feet. You're probably almost like thankful you weren't just a few your toes weren't a few inches further, or you would have been pierced right there. It sounds like it's quite heavy. It looks substantial. It looks like you could probably lift it up and maybe reset it, or at least lift it up enough to like get people in if they need to, or out, whatever the case might be. But yes, then Dane, you make it up to that harpy there.
And I will add 10 to that with my War Priest.
Okay, that will hit.
Sure would be nice to have some rerolls.
I agree. I'd take a reroll.
Do I have to say that I'm smiting before I attack, or does it matter?
You can do it after you see the hit.
All right, I will use 3 charges. So 17 points of damage.
All right.
And then for my bonus action, I will use my War Priest to try and hit him again.
Uh, 22 will hit.
And same thing, 3 more charges. Another
And
16.
hey, Schwarbadorp, thank you for the subscription. Wow, 33 months. That's awesome. Thanks for sticking with us and watching us on Friday nights when you can. Yeah, so another, what was it? Another 16?
16, yeah.
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
Very nice. So this one's looking pretty rough at this point. All right. That brings us to Teasley.
All right. Two, three. Oh, I got to do it a little bits at a time. Run up to here, and we'll fire a firebolt at the one that Dane is next to.
Sounds good.
Oh man,
That one will miss.
should have been that one. Use my halfling ability. That's it for me.
Next up is Humboldt.
Kidding me? Cages again. So he will rage,
Yeah.
and then he will try and lift this set of bars.
Yes.
Strength athletics.
Strength athletics.
Strength athletics. I do get advantages, and I do have a guidance.
And no problem at all. And in fact, with a 24, that's enough that you could actually reset it. You can lift it. It's an incredible feat of strength, but you manage to, in the short order, get it up, and you can hear it kind of click in place.
All right, don't step on that thing again. This is
And just to kind of point out, because you all would have seen, I think you went right here, right, Dane?
No, I went around the pole the other
You went
way.
around right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can all see that chunk, that tile there is depressed and pressed down. So, um, you know, you're probably sensing that there could be more of these out there, but you know that one is probably likely safe since it has not popped back up.
and that was an action to lift. So he bonus action to rage, action to lift. So he will step on this side here, and I can't think of a way to make that stay up. So that will be it for now.
Sounds good. Harpy over here takes flight. Heads over to this door and opens it up, and you hear this kind of low hiss and the gnashing of teeth. And I don't know, Doctor, you're probably like, how many was that? That definitely sounded like an undeath sound. um,
Rings, not undead. Oh,
Harpy up here is going to make an attack. It's going to do 2 claw attacks at Dane.
That's
A
a miss.
13, and second attack is going to be a 16.
Still a miss.
And that is it. That's the end of the round 1. I gotta throw a few more friends into the fun.
Special friends.
All right, I think they're all set. And we're back to the top. Galileo, it's your turn.
So there's no more porculus there, huh?
Nope, it's been pulled up, so there's free movement through that space.
Um, is Shillelagh a bonus action?
I believe so.
I don't know why, but it seems to have disappeared from my sheet. It should be there.
I see it.
Oh, I don't see it.
It's on your under your spell book and then under cantrip.
All I see is poison spray and guidance.
Hmm.
I see it earlier, so I don't know why it disappeared. Um,
That's all right. I know that you got it there. So you cast Shillelagh and do summon that, or that you've got a quarterstaff in hand. Is that what you use?
yeah.
And you imbue that with a little bit of magical goodness.
Now, does that mean I can't cast a regular spell?
You can wait.
Yes, he can.
I'm gonna say yes.
All right. And just so you know, my guiding bolt, I can cast 2 of those without affecting the number of normal spells that I can cast. It seems to be taking it off when I cast guiding bolt, but anyway, casting ice knife at the one over by the door.
And that is this one down here. That'll
Yeah.
hit.
Right.
All right, so 14 points is going to. She's still up, but then she has to do what? A dex save for some possible extra damage. Is that right?
Let's see now. Saving throw DC 13. Place.
Oh, it doesn't matter. The extra damage would kill her regardless whether she saves or not. So she goes down. All right. Next up, we have one of the ghouls here, which is going to move out 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The portcullis goes shut behind the party. And this one is going to attack Galileo
Whoa, thanks for the gems, man!
with a bite attack. 16 to hit.
That hits.
Be 6 points of damage. Next
Whoa,
up
thanks for the
is
gems,
the
man!
Good Doctor. Thanks everybody for the cheers and I think I heard a subscription out there, so thanks everybody, appreciate that.
Uh,
Uh, do I take that off, or does it come off by itself?
Yeah, you can take that off.
the doctor, seeing the portcullis shut behind them once again, is going to move up to get a little closer. And he's going to look towards Humboldt. Uh, 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 it tastes awful. He drinks the potion that he was given.
And was that the potion that you found in the
I
moat
have.
house?
Potion
have-
found in the moat house identified as mass undead control.
All right. So
His very academic voice. Halt, you vile undead beasts! Don't harm my friends.
you imbibe this. It has this very strong odor of decay. It tastes like liquid dirt as it goes down into your body, and you are able to control up to 4 undead with a challenge rating of 1 or lower for up to 1 hour. You can do this as a bonus action on your turn to command undead as if it was part of the animate dead spell. So you're going to try to grab control of this ghoul right here. He's a
Yes.
target that's eligible for this. So let's just see. I just want to read this over real quick. I don't believe there's a saving throw. I think you just have control of it. So you can mentally command it with that bonus action. You can command any or all of them at the same time, issuing the same command to each one. You decide what action the creature will take and where it will move during its next turn, or you can issue a general command such as to guard. If you issue no commands, creature only defends itself against hostile creatures. It's under your control for 24 hours. Or wait, I think the potion says maybe 1 hour. For up to 1 hour, sorry. So that supersedes the spell.
A bonus action to take control, and a bonus action to issue commands.
Yeah.
And
So
he'll do as he says. Halt, you vile undead beast! You don't harm my friends.
you see it just stops and it's sort of paused there. It ceases its assault on Galileo.
It actually works. Oh,
Actually works.
oh. That's all I'll do.
All
Finish it
right,
up.
Dane, it is your turn. Dane?
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to attack this guy.
Okay. 25 will hit.
For 8 damage.
She goes down.
And I will look around. I will see an undead. And I will move towards it. And I will use my War Blessing to smack it too. Because I didn't hear him command it. So
Sounds good. Um, and thank you for the follow, Dak Ragers. Appreciate that.
16.
16 will hit.
And he takes 9 damage.
And 9 points. And thank you for the follow, Dr. Faust. Another fellow doctor amongst us. Thank you.
Didn't turn out
Uh,
as well for Faust.
yeah. um. All right. That's all good. The ghoul, as you attack it, Dane, it seems like you're hitting it. It looks sort of annoyed, and it looks at you, and it sort of looks over at the doctor, and yeah, he's just taking it, and so it's sort of strange to his behavior has changed a bit. Teasley, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move up, and that ghoul seems to be Like, that's a cool ghoul. We're okay with him. So I'm going to ready a firebolt for an uncool ghoul.
Sounds good. You'll get your chance here in a second. So this one pops out. So you take your shot.
I don't see him yet, but you're telling me I should be able to?
Yeah, you'd be able to see him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna come up here. I think you'd be able to see him there. Yeah. So that'll hit. And
5
5
points of fire
points.
damage.
So this one, not as docile, Dane, as it runs up towards you. Gonna make a bite attack.
That'll hit.
That's 21. Deals 11 points. Humboldt, it is your turn.
He'll run over there, and he will try and hit the ghoul with a stick.
Bad ghoul.
Bad ghoul. Recklessly.
That'll hit.
And that hit, so I do this one. Normal. 13 damage. Some of it radiant. And then I will try and hit with the back end of the staff. Bonus action, back end attack, normal. No advantage. 10.
10, not quite. Not quite there.
And that will be that.
All right. I guess the rest of the ghouls are coming to the party now.
Oh.
This one steps here. Will attack Dane. And that will be with the bite. That one will miss. Next one is this one. Gets up by Humboldt. And
Bop him with a stick. Maybe.
that'll hit.
Yay. That was wrong. It should be 9, 10, 11 points of damage total.
11? Okay. Then he will need to make a con save on that one. And fails. Let me roll that up quick. I think that's just he can't take reactions. I'll double check that in a second. So he's gonna attack. Um, does he have advantage?
On Humboldt, yes. Yes.
And next one at the back here. Dashes to get there. Last one in the in the room. 5. Same thing. He'll dash and get up right there. I'm making a roll quick. This door up here, you can hear pounding and scratching at it. but nothing emerges. Back to the top. Galileo, it is your turn.
Where are these things coming from?
Down there.
Galileo's going to cast Moonbeam.
Ooh.
Can I get a couple of these things here in this Moonbeam here?
Oh, what is it? A 5-foot radius?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you didn't want to hit any friendlies, it looks like you'd probably get two in it.
Yeah.
Wherever you place it. Okay.
Saving throw?
Yeah. What do I need? Con saves. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's first one. That one makes it. Second one. Fails. So half damage and full damage. Oh. So I'll apply it right now because I sort of think it won't really matter. Technically, this
Oh.
would be at the start of their turn, but we'll just resolve it right now. That's fine. So 10 damage is the total. Okay, so 5 to the guy on the top, and then 10 to the guy on the bottom. Okay. All right. All right. Next up is one of the ghouls, the friendly ghoul. So he just stays put. Um, and then it's Heinrich's turn.
He's gonna take out little crown pieces in his ears, seeing that the current heartbeat threat is gone. He's gonna adjust his coats, stand very proud, look at one of the ghouls that are unhurt, and say, "You have very bad manners. Let me teach you a thing or two. You work for me now." And
All
I'll
right.
target one of the unharmed ghouls.
All right. This I think is the only one that's unharmed. So you got him. And I'm sorry. What was your command?
I don't think I can command him right away. I think I just tell him
Okay.
go
Get you.
under my control, and then I'm in bonus action. Then I can command again.
Right. Right. So you got he
Oh,
stops.
in short, I'm filling my stockpile.
Yep.
I will target. I'll save this guy right here because he is the clearest shot. Oh, never mind. He's not. There's a pole in the way. This one.
Sounds good.
Let's see. Boop boop boop. Action short bow.
See if I can find a fun little symbol to put on the charmed
Oh,
ones.
nope. I was too caught up in my proud moments.
It's hard to shoot a short bow while you're puffing out your shirt.
There, I'll put the little come to Jesus symbol on the two that you got. All right. All right. Next up is Dane.
Still not knowing that this guy is friendly.
You just see as Heinrich's puffing up his chest, he looks at Dane, just like, stop.
Which does nothing because I can't
Yes.
see you.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
So he takes 7 damage.
All right. He's still up.
And then I will hit him again. $13.
That'll hit. And he goes down. All right. Next up is Teasley.
All right. I will throw a fireball at the one south of Dane.
Oh, firebolt. I heard fireball.
Yes.
I was like,
I
oh
said
shit.
fireball. I meant fireball.
We all just like,
Bolt. I can't fireball.
Let's see.
I missed anyway.
Okay. Ghoul is up, and it's this one right here. That one's gonna attack Dane. And that'll miss. Humboldt.
The little beasties. He'll go after Caddy Corner Southwest with a staff. Not recklessly this time. Normal, some might say. That was a mistake. He'll try with the back end of the staff. 14?
14 will hit. Which one was this?
Southwest. That far.
Okay.
South of
Sounds
Dane.
good.
Yep, south of Dane. And so that would be this one.
All right, he goes
10 points
down.
of damage.
All right. So then we got some ghouls. First one right here is going to attack Dane. We'll try for the claw attack. Hmm.
Declaw.
Let's. You didn't see anything get rolled, did you?
Not
Nope.
yet.
Okay. I think I'm frozen.
Is it not prompting you for normal versus advantage?
No, when I press the attack button, it grays out, and then it's not doing anything. So, I
Try a
will.
bite.
I'll try rolling a d20, see if that'll do anything. Okay, that's working. Anyway, it's 16. I think that's a miss for Dane.
Yep. Misses.
Next one is the charmed one, so he stays put. Next one is in the moonbeam. We already resolved the moonbeam, so I'm not gonna do that again. But he's going to attack Humboldt. Um, did you go
No advantage.
reckless? No advantage? Okay. Claw.
No.
Miss. Next one, we'll also do a claw. Now it's working.
No.
Miss. And then I'm doing a roll. More banging on the door to the north, but still nothing comes through. Back to the top, Galileo, it's your turn.
Galileo's. Whoops. Sorry. I was gonna move. Oh, I can't move. Giving me those circles instead.
You probably have the wrong tool on your left-hand side selected. Make sure you got the little token control. It looks like a little person. It's like the topmost thing on the toolbar. Make sure you have that, and then the token select, the select tokens, the option selected.
All right, I'm going to move down here, and I'm going to use my shillelagh, my staff to attack.
All right.
I got to go to inventory, another staff, right?
Yep. Although you're attacking with the shillelagh thing, so it's probably not going to have the right modifier on there for you if you do it that way.
So I should just hit the shillelagh.
I think so. That should do the right attack roll. 11 is not enough.
I think that's it then.
All right. Dr. Heinrich.
All right, my new friend. Show this man that you are not a bad person. Take out the other ones over there. He's gonna tell him to more or less direct to attack this one right here.
Okay.
Give my dwarven companion a good old thumbs up. Show him you're all good.
Ghoul gives you 2 thumbs up, and he turns his attention to the other one. Claws out. He's ready to roll.
That's my action. I can only vaguely see this one. He'll probably have some cover. No, I'll try to take a shot at him. Boop.
Ooh. Let me get the cards. Roll me a d6.
Okay. Boop 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 boop. Too boisterous there,
yes.
Dr. Heinrich.
We got a critical. We got a fumble. We got a fumble. Yep. So we're gonna pull a card from the deck here and see what happens. Oh, as you were holding, was it a crossbow that you had? Short bow.
It's a short bow.
So you pull it back just maybe like a little too far, and like your arm muscle kind of cramps up a little bit. So your next 2 attacks that you make have a 1d4 penalty. So there you go. Dane, it is your turn.
I will hit that one. $21.
21 will hit. Yeah, so these are special crit fail deck. These are critical fails. It comes in a little pack like this. What is the company is called Nord Games, I think. Nord Games. If you go and you check out their website is nordgamesllc.com. They've got all sorts of cool little peripherals, different crit success, crit fail decks. They've got like NPC card decks, little quest, adventure generator kinds of things. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's good stuff.
Look, I didn't hear what happened because I think my camera cramped in real life.
Oh,
So
your
what
next
I
2
missed-
attacks, your next 2 attacks have a minus 1d4.
Okay.
So Dane deals 6 points damage. Sounds good. Next up is Teasley.
Oh, hang on. I want to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I didn't have any spell slots.
All right. I am going to throw a fire bolt at the one right here. But I will wait until Percy's done his thing.
I'm going to attack that one with the Spiritual Weapon, so I'm going to put it in the space beside him.
24 will
4.
hit. Is this your target here?
No, this one here.
That one there? All right.
Oh,
4
only 4
points.
damage.
All right. Humboldt, it is your. Or sorry, Teasley, it's your
Yeah,
turn.
Fire my firebolt. How's everybody looking? Is anybody getting beat up here?
Not much.
I think Dade's the only one that's been hit, and they did a little damage.
That's 9 to this guy.
All right.
But Dane, you're not looking too bad off. I know
Alright,
Humboldt got
still over
swarmed a
half
little bit.
health.
Is Humboldt okay?
Humboldt didn't even get scratched.
Okay. A lot of swings, not a lot of hits.
The shield.
Okay,
Good
that's
armor
it for me
class.
then.
All right, Humboldt, it is your turn.
Humboldt will swing at this one up here first. Staff attack recklessly.
That'll hit.
And then we'll do damage, and it's normal. 12
And
points of damage
that's
to him.
this one here.
Yep.
He is still up, but I do have to do con save. Oop. And see what effect he has. Okay, yeah, that's the
Just the reaction one. So then I will follow up with the back end of the staff with advantage. Doink.
and that'll hit.
That'll hit. And that'll do. That what? Oh, yes, 7 is correct.
All right, and he goes down.
Doink.
All right, ghouls. First one just to the south of Galileo there. Will make its attack. Claw attack. And an 11 will miss, I imagine. Then we've got the one that is under the control of Dr. Heinrich. That one will attack the other ghoul just to his right. And he hits and deals 8 points of damage, takes him out. And at the end of the round here, this door just to the north busts down, and you can see there are a number of other ghouls up there, ready to spring into the fray. Roll them in quick.
More than 2.
And they all sit at the bottom of the order, it looks like. So, we're back to the top. Galileo, it is your turn.
So I'm gonna attack the one that's beside me there. Jeez.
That one will miss.
And I believe I can take a bonus action to move the moonbeam.
Yeah, I think so.
How do I do that? How do I move that?
I'm just going to delete all these templates that we have on here real quick. Just go ahead and redraw another sphere. You do that with your measurement controls, and then click the circle, and then you can create that circle. Are you wanting to put it basically like right here?
No, actually, I'm trying to move it up toward where these other ghouls are.
Oh,
are
okay. So then the question is, how much movement do you have with it? Moonbeam. Move it. Oh, wow. 60 feet in any direction. Okay, so you want to... I think you can get it up there. No problem. So you want it like this, basically. Sounds good. All right. Anything else, Galileo?
No, I just don't know how to get it back.
Oh,
Okay.
I drew a circle for you up there.
Oh, okay.
Um, Heinrich.
Uh, you will.
Oh, and just a little something here from the chat. Shady Bonsai just redeemed buy a player a reroll. So you have your first reroll of the game. Usually they're just loading you up with rerolls, but not so much today.
Keep that difficulty level high. We want that
Yeah.
experience coming in.
He's gonna do like a nice little arm stretch just to get rid of that little bit of a cramp, and he's gonna say to his lovely new foolish companion, "Make sure none of them else pass through that door. Stop them. Kill them all." So they pretty much tell him to attack
With
any
the moonbeam.
come and stay away from the moonbeam. So it pretty much orders them to kill anything that's on that door. And action, he sees can I see this guy at all or no?
Yeah, you can see him.
I'll take a shot at him with my bow. Boop boop boop. Attack. Minus a d4. Oh.
That will hit.
Oh. Nice. Sneak attack.
Ooh, and he's low on health. That might be enough. He's
There's
still up.
there's my sneak attack. There it is. Boop.
Oh, you got sneak attack on top of it. Okay, he's gonna go down. He only had one point left.
Oh.
So he drops.
And hearing there's more ghouls and that he is in a gate and things can reach through gates, he's gonna take one step back.
Sounds good. Hey, Wily Hobbit. Thanks for dropping by. Yes. So next up is one of the ghouls. Is that friendly ghoul? No, it's one of the ones up in the moonbeam. So he's got to do a con save. Oh, and he fails. Galileo, why don't you roll a damage roll? Whatever this is, we'll just, for ease of facilitating gameplay, use that for everyone that has to make a con save during the round here.
Okay, we're
This is your
golden.
moonbeam.
All right, I'm casting the moonbeam spell. Should I just hit damage now?
You can just hit the damage, yep. So 11 points to him. And then he's going to have to do a save against the shock of taking that much damage in one round. And he makes it. Anyone that's curious what I'm doing here in the community campaign, just to give it a little bit more of an old school feel, we are using a variant rule that if you ever take half or more of your HP max, you have to do a con save to avoid taking a shock effect, which can range from not being able to take reactions all the way to dropping to 0 hit points. And so applies to characters and the enemies alike. So he's still up, so he's going to go 5, 10, dashes to right there. Dane, it is your turn.
Hang on, he got real close. I'm gonna whack him with a stick.
All right.
Very quick. I
And
did
that'll
whack him
hit.
with a stick. Plus 5. 8 points of damage.
8 points. All right. He is still up, but he's fried from the sunbeam. It's just kind of burned away some of his necrotic flesh. You poke a hole right through him. He's a little mushy and doughy. Um, yeah, and then we move on here to Dean's turn.
Seeing this guy rush up, I'm gonna toll the dead him.
Okay. Let's see. That's that con save,
Wisdom.
wisdom save. Ooh. He fails.
So he takes 4 damage.
And that was the one that just ran up, right?
Yeah.
And he goes down. All right. Next up is Teasley.
Right. Well, I can only see the one down here that seems to be on our side. So I'll ready a firebolt for a target.
Sounds good. Humboldt.
Where'd they all go?
Whoa, thanks for the jams,
10,
man!
5, 10, 15. Oh, there they are. I will take the dodge action.
Sounds good. Dak Ragers, thank you for the cheer. We appreciate that. All right. Bunch of ghouls are coming up next. So they're all standing in a sunbeam. So con save for the first one. He will fail. Take. What was it again? It was 12? 11. It was 11. Okay.
11.
Con save is 13.
Yep. Okay. Thanks. And it's like the perfect number. They all have to, if they fail that saving throw, they're going to have to do shock saves. But he makes it. Takes his bit of damage. Moves up. 1. Is going to dash over here.
Damn ghoul I've ever seen.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, that was a
That-
well thought out plan, ghoul.
I'm gonna throw my firebolt at him.
Yep. Yeah, definitely take a firebolt. So I'm gonna say that Humboldt, you're gonna notice something. There's a couple of ghasts in the back there, and they seem to be kind of like hissing and like seems like they're kind of directing traffic a little bit, which sort of explains why he took an evasive maneuver there around you. So there are a couple of more intelligent undead with them.
I hit a 13 on it.
13 will hit.
Shoot him as he charged.
Yep. It's 7 points. All right. Then we've got the friendly ghoul. What was the directive, Dawson?
Kill anything else undead.
Oh, he's gonna step up and do that. Then he's gonna come try to take a swipe at this one. Right around the corner, claws out. Gonna deal 8 points of damage and take this one out. Next ghoul in the pack here. Whoops, I keep doing that. He's gonna have to do a con save for the moonbeam. fails, takes the 11 points. And another con save for the shock value. Ooh, fails that. I've been getting lucky and rolling 10s, so I didn't have to reference the chart. 8, I think, is more or less the same thing, but on this one, I'm going to actually look it up at this point. That might be a tier down and be something a little bit more substantial.
As you're looking it up, it looks like Dick Craggers has betrayed us in chat. Bought the DM a reroll.
Oh, thank you for the DM reroll. I'll try to. I don't know where I'm going to land that, but I'll try to make it good. Okay. Here it is. What was it? It was an 8. So, the creature can't take reactions till end of its next turn. Okay. All right. So he takes his damage, and then he's gonna dash out. He dashes and gets to over here. Looks like he's going after Galileo, but he's out of actions. The ghast here. Withdraws out of sight. As does the other one. And then the final ghoul, still in the moonbeam, will do a con saving throw. That will miss, so he'll take his 11 points. And fails on that. And the effect is 6, so that's something different. Creature can't take reactions and has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks till the end of its next turn. And then he comes flying out here. He's going to get right up near Galileo as well. So end of turn. We're back to the top. Galileo, it's your turn.
All right. Hitting the shillelagh at the one that's right above me there.
24 will hit.
Damage.
Oh, Schwerbedorp's helping us out.
Schwarberdorf just redeemed by everyone a reroll. Okay, so up to 6
You got a game
rerolls in the
now.
pool. So 4 points from the shillelagh. All right. Anything else, Galileo?
I'm gonna cast. Well, yeah, I cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Sounds good.
Is Galileo in rough shape?
Not too bad.
Well, while you're doing that, we'll move on to Dr. Heinrich.
He's gonna be very, very brave. He's gonna walk up. Can he like stick his arm through portcullis and just try and like stab with his rapier through the gate? It's just like,
Yeah.
this is a very slim weapon. It can just.
Hey,
Oh crap!
Percy,
Crap!
Percy, can you turn your camera on so our overlay gets fixed? Chat is confused about who's who.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's always
forgot it.
downside of
It-
using Discord. We got a bunch of things being redeemed here. Deck Rager is just redeemed by the DM reroll. Thank you.
Believe
Okay.
that's the end of my critical failure. As well, the penalty I had that was 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Alright, so first damage. Boop. Second damage. Boop, boop. 14 total.
All right. So he goes down.
And with his bonus action, he's gonna look towards his lovely buddy and say, "Hey, come on. He's not that bad, is he? You're not that bad, right? Come on. Why don't you work for us now?" And he's gonna control of the other ghoul that's there.
Let's see. Sorry. This one right here.
Yep.
Let me
Well,
throw a little
that's...
symbol on him.
And remind me, I can only have charm them 4 times or have up to 4.
Up to 4.
Ooh.
So, very nice. All right. Oh, is that a third DM reroll? I'm trying to concentrate on like a number of things here, so I'm losing track. Thanks. Thanks for the reroll. Okay. So that was Heinrich's turn. Dane, it is your turn.
Now, I know that he's got this potion and he might be controlling these things.
I think so. I think that was as long as you were reading the lips earlier on when that plan was happening, you would know that. I think.
All right, so I won't attack these then. And so for Dane, I guess combat's over.
One of the ghouls gives you a thumbs up again.
I do want to check out this room down here.
Several people did see enemies in the other room, right? Did they not?
But
I
I don't
guess.
know if I did because of the way the pillars are. I probably wouldn't be able to see through the door.
Okay, so you went down there and you're checking out this room.
Yep.
Let me see. I gotta get back to my spot here. Okay. So as you move into that area, um, this place reeks of carrion and filth. Bones litter the floor. Heaps of old cloth along the walls indicate where the occupants of the place once nested. Old garments hang from the pegs in the wall. And you can see there are like. Mm, I don't know, like 4 cloaks on pegs on the wall that are just kind of very dirty, tattered, um, not used in quite some time. These are probably remnants of the old inhabitants of the temple.
But nothing moving. So we'll come back out.
All right, Teasley, it is your turn.
All right. This portcullis, are the bars such that a small creature might be able to squeeze through them?
No,
Okay. Then I will just ready a firebolt in case I see something that needs firebolting.
sounds good. Humboldt's turn.
So Humboldt was like standing there like with his stick, and like when nothing came close, he just like deflates like an old wineskin. He's like,
can't believe they didn't just. Ugh. And he just drops his quarterstaff as he gets over there. He grabs hold of the portcullis and he goes to try and give it a lift. He is out of rage at the moment, so this will just be a straight up hauling on the old portcullis attempt. $11.
Not quite enough this time. You're struggling a bit more. More time maybe needed.
Maybe you could take your arm out with the pokey bit.
It's stuck on the guard. I can't.
Oh, classic blunder. You got to let go of the cookies to get your hand out of the cookie jar.
Oh.
That's it.
All right. Ghouls kind of don't know what to do at the moment, so this one just passes its turn. Takes dodge action. But then there's a pivot in the wall over here, and the gas reemerge as the wall just kind of pivots and turns perpendicular to the wall. It's no longer flush with, and they pop out. This one gets over here almost immediately, jumps out, and tries to attack Humboldt.
Plonk if I can with a stick.
I'll firebolt him when I see him there.
You can both take your actions there.
$15 to hit with the firebolt.
15 will hit.
20.
20 will hit.
3 points of damage.
Fire.
5 for me.
5 on that. All right. And then, yeah, he's gonna attack with the claw.
The mystic portal awaits.
Ooh, and we're at the last. I better use some of these DM rerolls at the chat purchase. So I'll use one of them here.
You should save them.
Yeah.
Sometimes the friendly gas may need to reroll.
16.
Smiggles.
Miss.
And then the other one is going to leap out here as well. I'll take the same type of action. Claw attack.
Oh, hi.
And use another reroll. Sorry, chat. I tried. So that'll be that for them. The other ghoul here, I think its order was what? Defend everybody, right?
I think what I said is kill all who come through that door. The one
I
at the
will
northern
say
door, so
I won't be a
if you want to
stickler
be
on the wordsmithing.
if you want to
so
be tactical, I'm fine with it.
no, that's I'm not gonna be like that. So he jumps up and he attacks with the claw and misses. Back to the top, Galileo. It is your turn.
Okay, the one that was just attacked, Galileo is going to send a guiding bolt at him.
The 15 will hit. Ooh, 14. All right. So advantage on the next attack against this one. Anything else, Galileo?
No.
All right, Heinrich, it is your turn.
Instead of dropping my rapier, I'm just gonna twist my hand just to the left and just and try and stick it at this guy right here.
Okay.
Come on, come on, you're in the way. Just take a step back a little bit. Thank you.
being on the corner like that, he'll have a little bit of cover.
Huh.
But that'll miss.
And with his bonus action, he'll say to this cast right here, you know, I could always use an extra pair of hands at my workshop making potions. Wouldn't you agree? Want to sign on? Trying to charm the cast right there.
Not gonna work, unfortunately, on the gas.
Uh-oh. They can't be charmed. They can't be charmed.
It was challenge rating one or less, right? Okay. Dane, it is your turn.
I think I'll guiding bolt this one. Might as well light them both up.
You know, Planet Buster's probably right. I probably should have Heinrich do. He is technically within 5 feet of the ghast, so I'm going to say yes. Heinrich, could you give me a con save for the
What?
terrible smell coming off of the ghast?
I am a doctor. You think some smell of death can keep me down?
I mean, I imagine you're probably acclimated, but let's see what the dice say.
It probably
Yeah,
will.
you make it. It's a
constitute
DC 10,
okay.
so you're good.
Okay.
So 16 points of damage, Dane. That was this one right here. Oh, the other one. Okay. Sounds
I'm gonna
good.
move my spiritual weapon over to him.
All right.
And
Take your advantage.
oh right, forgot about that.
And it's
Ooh,
a
it is a
critical
nice.
hit.
End him.
Do it. Do it now. Very good.
Another 14 points of damage.
14. All right. Not looking good, but he is still up. That brings us to Teasley.
All right, I'm going to firebolt that one. A 13.
The one that Dane just hit. Yep, that'll hit.
Yep. Okay. And that will do 7 points of damage.
And that brings him down.
And then I will quicken spell another firebolt and shoot the other one.
And you have advantage on that one. Because of a guiding bolt.
Okay. I'll take it.
That hits.
For 9.
And he goes down. Oh, no. I'm sorry. He's still up. But not looking too good. Humboldt's turn. DC 10 con save from the stench. Oh, I got another DM reroll from Corey. It might be too little too late for this session, though. But I'll take it just in case. Thank you for the cheers. So, yep, you clear the saving throw.
All right. Bonus action. Get angry. Action. Smash with staff. Recklessly. 18.
Get it? And he goes down, and you are out of combat.
While still raging, quickly turn and try and lift.
Given enough time, you'll eventually get the grate up and manage to click it back in place. And I think at this point, all of the pressure plates in the room have been stepped on, and so no further danger of that dropping again.
Are any of you need medical attention?
And twin spell a shocking grasp and shocking grasp both of these ghouls.
Oh, but they can still be you. But
sounds good. It works. I think both of them will take probably Yeah, I don't know if you want to roll the damage. Basically, you'll automatically hit. They're not really defending themselves against
Okay.
you.
6 points and 5 points.
All right. So electricity kind of jolts them. They both look pissed, but they don't do anything.
But they can't take reactions, so I run away.
Maybe we could have them like check for traps first.
That's what I
Then-
was going to have them do, but now clearly they're hurt. But what do I know? Speaking of which, are any of you hurt? Do any of you need of a medical assistance? I'm here to help.
No.
I'm only down 1 hit point at this point because I healed myself before.
And
I
I'm
was
down
staying looking.
11. I'm down
All
11.
right, all right, come here, buddy. I got you. Don't worry. The doctor's gonna take good care of you. That's the short rest button. That's not what I want. Boop.
Why do we fight? We
And
fight for the
Curiosity,
booty. Why
how
do we raid?
long
We raid
do
for
you
the
have
booty. Why
those
do we die?
goals
We die for the booty.
charmed?
I have no clue.
All right. I think somebody just redeemed a wandering monster. So
So you level yeah. You level 3, Dane. Dane, you're level 3,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, level 3.
Okay, here you go.
well, does anybody mind if we roll this out and see what happens?
You get 8 hit points back.
We're here.
Okay.
Already here.
We got
Technically,
a stack of rerolls on the table.
yeah, technically our session will be done at 10 here, but you know, yeah, we'll see. I'll roll on the table. We'll see what is coming down the corridor. We'll hit initiative just to resolve this right away. So,
Sure, I'm glad there's
oh
no
my
monsters in
God.
rooms.
I never looked at what's on the wandering monster table. Oh shit.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, I
We'll
can't
see.
believe we made it through this whole session without taking much damage.
Why do I hear scratching?
Okay. It's not the super bad one.
There's a Tarrasque just down the hallway.
But it's tiny.
What is that, man? Look like it's a bunch of
It's
slugs.
it's
That's
tiny,
kind of
but
weird.
it has all of the attributes of a Tarrasque.
Good thing that we
Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna swing this into a narrative thing based on what got rolled. So I don't know who redeemed the wandering monster, but this is not something I was planning on doing this session. But congratulations, you'll prompt a story thing here. And I'm not going to throw tokens out there, but just know there is an overwhelming force that has stacked up behind you during the battle with the ghouls. While you're distracted with that, there are about 20 or so armed, heavily armed, many with chainmail and such on, crossbows in hand. There's a front line that seems ready, if need be, with spears and such to go charging in and pin you back into this room. Among them is a half drow that many of you probably immediately upon seeing assume that this is the mysterious Lareth that you um, have heard so much about from secondhand sources. And
That one is beautiful.
he is. I thought maybe I had imported a image of the version. There's many different versions of Lareth, I think, that have come up over the years, but I decided he should be a half drow. Somebody, maybe a number of you, had adventured in the moat house and discovered his private chambers that was decorated with all sorts of loath spider decor. Anyway, he is here. He is wearing a tabard that has an eye wreathed in flame on, and that's kind of a he's very clearly the one that all of these armed guards are following his orders. Um, and he kind of calls out to you all, and says, I suppose it was only a matter of time before you caught up with us and made your way here to this temple.
I think I
But
drew that character.
you did. I'm not using that because I changed him. He's not
Oh,
in the story as it's printed. He is a human, but I think it makes way more sense to have him. My version of Lareth is he's a half drow, so um, so he anyway. So he's speaking with you, and he says matters here are already much too complicated without you mucking about. You should leave here and let us deal with the elemental cults.
What? Huh?
Aren't you the elemental cults?
Hmm. At least I convinced someone. But no, I'm not in league with them. Tried to use them, tried to convince them that I was creating a cult, a uniting cult under the banner of the Elemental Eye. But they are much too chaotic. They hate each other too much, and they fight down here. For now, for my part, I am only here for the wealth. My band, there is much wealth to be had here in the temple.
Um, uh,
You can go then.
I don't
Dane,
look at
he
us
says
and
he's
say,
not part of the cult.
funny.
Sorry. Cliff, sorry.
I said, don't let us stand in your way. If you want to go find treasure, go.
You're gonna shoo us away, are you? No.
You're sort of in our like. There's no way out here, so
But
we gotta go through
he said
you.
we could go.
Um, so you're not the ones who took Rufus and the kids?
That was not us. We may be ruthless. We have, you know, uh, hijacked some of your caravans and such over these past months, but we don't deal in the trafficking of people. It sounds like the cults are what you're looking to deal with there.
Eh.
That checks out. Yeah.
Primarily, we're here to get them out of trouble. Won't happen to know where they are, at least.
Would you
Maybe they
not
No.
could
us?
combine forces to free them, and then we'll probably be out of your way.
We have matters here. We've been watching over the area. We are quite content to allow these cults to fight amongst themselves, kill each other off, and then come and pick up the scraps as it is. Um, you being here is a factor that mm, let's say, it is unwelcome.
I think we're fine with the whole cults killing each other and then you pick up the pieces and all, but we'd like to save the people that have been taken. So I think the proposal that you help with that, or at least point us in the right direction and we'll stay out of your way, is fair all round.
Our proposal, I mean, maybe we willing to let you toil and find your missing people if you wish, but we are going to make you pay for the privilege.
Oh, so do you need medical attention? I'm offering. I'm going to offer some services.
We'll trade you these two ghouls.
And he's going to offer you that he will, and this is sort of a going forward thing. So you're sort of sitting in the position of negotiating for everyone right here at this point. But his gang wants 50% of any wealth that you pilfer out of the temple. And he tells you they are at the tower. And so they have. He tells you that they've got a force at least as big still back at the tower, um, and they have the ability to cut off access to adventurers coming here if they so choose. And so they're looking for a toll to come and delve unencumbered through these tunnels. He also offers that if you take this deal, they can share with you information that they glean from the cults. They have um, some eyes and ears down here in the temple that they can kind of understand some of the politicking that is happening amongst the cults and give you tidbits of information that you might be able to use to your advantage.
It's okay with me. We haven't found anything yet.
Well, there's like 4 robes in the other room, so 2 of them are yours.
I guess one of these ghouls are yours too.
He just sort of laughs. He's like, You have only scratched the surface of what lies here in this temple. Well, we will wait until you find the more substantial gains, and then we will take our cut."
Clear, does that include 50% of the people we're here to rescue?
Um, he says, he's not really interested in people.
Oh, that's good then. Okay.
So you're free to anybody that you rescue or recover. That's not going to impede you from doing that.
I'm a bit confused, but seems reasonable. So
I don't mind.
we were just gonna pop through these rooms over here and then see out. If we find anything, you get half. You're sure? Were you with the folks up in Nob?
He says, my influence extends through Nob.
Huh. Cause
Can you get my kegs back?
He
50% of them.
says, he says, he's sure that your kegs have been properly drank and consumed by this point.
You bastards.
huh. Huh.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah? Yeah?
I
Yeah.
guess we could speak for ourselves, but I don't know
Yeah.
about the rest of the people. We would have to discuss it with them.
You either take this deal now and convince them that this is the way to go, or no deal.
Oh, I mean, if they don't agree, it's gonna come to a fight, and that won't help anybody.
Yeah, I'm 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 good with it.
I think it's a fair deal, really.
Sure.
He said he'd give us information too. That's what we need.
I was gonna hit you so hard. Huh. Did did anybody else have something to? I'm gonna go look in this room. I'm confused.
So, it sounds like you're taking the deal. Okay, so the way this will work, um, hopefully whoever redeemed the wandering encounter isn't too bummed out that it wasn't a battle or whatever. But there's going to be a sort of, community campaign, so there's got to be some shared assumptions about things that happen. So basically, they've got eyes on the place. They know who's coming and going, and so there's going to be sort of a process when anybody emerges from the temple that they're going to be kind of evaluating what you got. and we're just going to kind of hand wave that there's like this 50% cut that you're giving to the gang. In exchange,
Now,
at the beginning of, go ahead.
are we just talking about gold, or are we talking about the items that we get?
It'd be items as well. Those are valuables. Those are things that they have come here in search of.
So they think they can get the pick of the litter then?
50%, we would have to do some die rolls, just like you would if item is contested by another player. We would typically do a roll off or whatever to see who gets it. Um, I mean, as soon as someone says, I'm not down with this deal anymore, we'll have to that'll probably come down to a very violent type of conflict. Um, But in exchange, and thank you for the raid proficiency bonus. We're just kind of wrapping up our session here, so thanks for stopping by. We're playing some Temple of Elemental Evil tonight. Um, at the beginning of each session going forward, as long as the deal is in place, they will provide some details about what the goings on in the temple, things that you wouldn't be able to maybe know without having spies on the inside. So they're going to kind of offer you some of that. Um, he's interested in the loot, and you provide an easy way to do that, and they'll allow you to do it as long as this deal stays intact.
And if we're ever, going sour on the deal, we just come ready to fight. I'm sure
Yeah.
they'll come the same way.
So, um, any further discussion or questions for Lareth or whatnot?
What does the big fiery ball do?
Um, he'll tell you that he doesn't know, but he would suspect that it is a weapon that they created. He'll tell you right off the bat here. The fire cult and the earth cult are in alliance. I think you know that already. Um, and they maybe have gotten control of certain features of the temple that might be able to create a weapon that's infused with raw elemental energy. And so he would suspect that's probably a quite potent elemental weapon that um,
The
shouldn't.
temple makes them. Huh. We should stop that. Oh,
What?
can you can you harsh the mellow de-stone the fella?
He tells you that he doesn't have access to magics that can. He says that sounds like quite advanced magic. Um,
Oh, I thought
Gifted
so. You
a bit myself in the spellcasting arts, but nothing quite so advanced.
so you didn't stab
No, it was Taruka.
oh, that's right. But it was the
And
let
Taruka's big dumb friend that we kind of killed.
but the letter is a lot.
He says, "Yes, my spies did catch wind of this plot against your burn. Seems like they did so."
I thought that was you, but it wasn't you. It was.
He again says, "If only I was so convincing of the cults, maybe I would have greater employ."
I came here to hit people. Um, that's fine.
Think you get your chance? Eh?
You can hit the ghouls if you want. They're right there.
Um,
They don't seem to mind. Well, they mind. They seem annoyed.
here, we'll just he just have him lay down right about here, and then he'll go over and jump on one of the plates, so they just behead and then reset.
All right.
Ghastly, but sure.
Well,
So
it's efficient.
sounds like your dealings with Lareth, you make the deal. They're under the assumption that you'll convince the others of this, and um, we'll see how that goes. Maybe that'll be an RP thing that'll end up being a discussion who's in favor, who's not. So we'll see how that plays out. In the meantime, you're going to do kind of some searching around here in this area, this suite here, and let's take a look and see. The ghoul chambers aren't going to have much of anything, but if you move your tokens around, there's some open doors now. And basically, I'm gonna move Dane. Dane, just move like all the way to the end, to down to this room. I think there's some stuff in here. Um, so maybe I'll be splitting some wealth right away. I don't remember. There is a large gold cup, which contains 112 gold pieces and 3 onyx gems. And I think that is the. I guess anybody that's searching these chambers can give me an investigation check. There might be a possibility you find some other stuff.
Investigation.
Okay, I see enough numbers to know that there is a little bit that you'd be able to find in one of the ghoul rooms. Um, you find in some of the filth in one of the ghoul rooms a sundered chest that contains old clothing and bits and pieces of brown and tan garments, but under them is some coinage. 108 copper pieces, 92 silver pieces, 37 gold pieces, and 7 platinum pieces. And once we go off stream, we can kind of resolve how this all gets divvied up and such. But that looks to be it. Um, yeah. So,
Hey,
we're over time, so I think that's going to be where we kind of call it an evening here, as you all head back at the end of the session back to Hamlet to deliver news of this deal, um, and get ready for the next forward party that's going to delve back into the temple. So, thanks everyone for watching here tonight as we're playing some Temple of Elemental Evil. The next original adventure is Reincarnated from Goodman Games. This we got another game yet this month, next Friday. So if you want to see where this picks up next time, next week Friday at 7 p.m. If you ever want to try to get into a game, definitely come and hang out with us in our Discord server. We'd love to have you. We got a great community of people that love tabletop games and Dungeons and Dragons and all sorts of stuff. So we'd love to have you. We'll get you in a game. Community will point you in the right direction for how to do so. Um, yeah, I think it's going to be kind of quiet this weekend. I don't think we have anything officially going on, although I'll probably be back at it playing some Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster this weekend. So I don't know if you stop by the channel, that'll probably be playing. But as we close things out, let's see if we've got some friends online that we could maybe throw a raid over to. Um, yeah, we'll go and give a raid. Let's see. We'll just throw a random raid out there to some folks, make their day. So, thanks everyone. We'll catch you all soon.